Welcome to Forest of Ash, Lesson 10, Dryads, Nature and Tree Spirits. The world of fairy covers a huge number of beings, but I wanted to look particularly at nature spirits, dryads and tree spirits in this lesson. For anyone who works with the animism belief as I do, you will discover tree spirits. Animism is the attribution of a living soul to plants, inanimate objects and natural phenomena. The word animism is derived from the Latin word anima, which means breath or soul. It is the belief that a soul or spirit exists in every object, whether it is an animal, plant, or rock. The belief that spirits, or ghosts as they are sometimes believed to be, lived in trees goes back a long way. Even the Old Testament has references to sacred groves. We can be multidimensional beings. Unfortunately, most people choose not to be. Venturing between worlds can be challenging, but it can also be so very rewarding too. I personally believe that nature spirits are one of the easiest of the Fae to connect with. Nature spirits are also sometimes referred to as elves, and as a generalization, fairies. Nature spirits are also connected with the elements, and they are usually found close to one of the elements in nature itself. Wood elves can be found in forests, and water spirits can be found by streams and ponds. A fairy shaman will work directly with nature spirits for healing. The spirit of each plant or flower is called upon for assistance with healing work. This is either done in the form of herbalism, using the plant's leaves, flowers, or roots in spells, lotions, or potions, or it can be as a request that the nature spirit sends its healing energy to the patient. So, let's look at nature spirits in more detail. Earth nature spirits. These include wood and tree elves, flower fairies, brownies, and dwarves. All of these spirits will be connected with or work with the element of earth in some way. Think of a dwarf, and you will see the connection to the earth element. They often live and or work in caves or underground, and they are usually craftsmen of some sort, whether it is working with metals or stone from the earth. They usually like to hoard treasures. Trolls are also considered to be earth nature spirits, but don't be swayed by the Disney idea of a large ugly creature living under a bridge. Scandinavian trolls are elves. Our environment is looked after by field and flower fairies and elves. They create, tend and live in the fields, trees, grasses, shrubs and flowers on this planet. Generally, they are light-hearted, but woe betide anyone who damages their habitat for no good reason or without asking permission from them first. Stones, pebbles and rocks also have earth nature spirits. Every pebble, every crystal will have its very own elf or fairy spirit. Some of the really old rocks will have stone devas, and they will be very wise. Trees, of course, have tree spirits, each tree having its own one, but trees will also provide homes for all sorts of nature spirits, with different trees attracting different types of the Fae. Earth nature spirits can teach us many things. Practical abilities, to be grounded, how to plant and grow not just herbs or flowers, but things within our lives too. They can show us how to connect with Mother Earth and how to be less materialistic. Earth nature spirits will inspire us to go for a goal, to have determination, to seek balance, and to connect with nature and how to work with her energies. How to connect with earth nature spirits. Preferably, take yourself outside for this exercise. Doesn't matter if it is in a field, a forest, or in your own back garden, but you need to be somewhere that you can connect your hands and or feet with the earth. If it is not practical for you to be outside, bring some soil indoors or use the soil that you have in a pot plant. Make sure you won't be disturbed and make yourself comfortable. You can sit or stand It is up to you. Place your hands or your feet on the earth. Take some time to really feel the connection between you and the earth. Feel the energy. Relax. Focus on your breathing. Depending on your location, you can either close your eyes or not. If you are in a very earthy setting, then keep them open. If not, close them so that you can visualize. Then either look at your surroundings, trees, soil, fields, etc., or visualize yourself in that kind of environment. Feel the energy around you. Connect with the earth element from the trees, the grass, the plants and flowers. Really feel it. Then ask if there are any nature spirits that wish to meet you. If you have your eyes open, you might see a glimmer or a flicker out of the corner of your eye at this point. You may just hear a voice. You may just get the feeling that someone is there with you. Wait and see if anyone wants to connect with you. If you are lucky enough to make contact, ask whatever questions you would like to, or just converse. Please make sure that you are polite and courteous. You don't want to upset the Fae. They can be pesky creatures when annoyed, as we all can. Once you have finished your conversation, bid your farewell to the nature spirit and slowly bring yourself back into our world. If you don't connect this time, don't worry. You can try again another time. Water nature spirits. Water sprites, fairies or spirits can be found in the oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, streams and waterfalls. They are generally quite beautiful beings. Water nature spirits can help you with purification, changes, life and death, mysteries, healing and magic. They can also help with emotional problems and situations, music, inspiration, intuition and imagination. We can learn how to nurture, to become flexible in our ways, to awaken our romantic side, and to work with our compassion. Connecting with a water nature spirit can be very energizing. They love to heal and are usually more than happy to send energy our way. Water nature spirits look after all aquatic animal creatures and the sources of the water that they live in or by. Pools of water can also be gateways into other realms. Freshwater nature spirits are usually more genteel than those of saltwater, but all the spirits will vary and take on the characteristics of the water and environment that they are surrounded by. Water nature spirits, nymphs, selkies, kelpies, and the like, are all known for being able to shapeshift, sometimes into human form, other times into animals. These spirits also like company, although you will sometimes find solitary water spirits. You will more often find them in groups. How to connect with water nature spirits. For this, you really need to be by a source of water if you can, a pond or a lake, the ocean, even a puddle or a bowl of rainwater you have collected. If it is winter and you have snow or ice, you could collect some of that to use. Again, make sure you won't be disturbed and make yourself comfortable. Place your hands or your feet into the water or splash some of the water onto your face. Take some time to really feel and connect with the energy that the water holds within. Then, if you are in a suitable location, look at the water, watch the waves or the ripples. Visualize yourself walking into a large lake or the ocean and connect even more with the element of water as you start to swim. As you swim, keep an eye out for aquatic creatures that might come to greet you. Then ask if there are any water spirits that would like to meet with you. Watch and see who comes. If you are lucky enough to connect with a water spirit, take some time to converse, but be mindful of being polite. Treat them with respect. Once you have finished your conversation, make your farewell and swim back to the shore. Then slowly bring yourself back to this world. Again, if you didn't connect with a water nature spirit this time, try again on another occasion. Air nature spirits. Air nature spirits can be tiny wisps of breeze, right up to powerful storm fairies. These spirits are free and can be found almost anywhere. Air nature spirits love to heal. They like working as guardians and love children, not to eat, but to work with. These spirits help us as humans to learn and grow. Air spirits can help us to work with our minds, to empower ourselves and channel our thoughts. They can aid us in our spiritual journeys. They inspire wisdom, musical abilities, inner strength, and languages. The air nature spirits also bring with them wishes. Air nature spirits look after the atmosphere, the air we breathe, and the weather. Air spirits are delicate and beautiful, often being mistaken for angels. They like to use clairaudience to connect with us. They love poetry, songs, and stories. Air spirits can also shapeshift, their preferred choice being that of butterflies, birds, or insects. You can tell if an air spirit is nearby by a sudden breeze, a wisp of air on a still day, or the finding of a lone feather on the ground. How to connect with an air spirit. You don't need any particular items for this exercise, but you do really need to be outside, preferably when there is a breeze of some sort. Make sure you won't be disturbed and make yourself comfortable. Focus on your breathing and connect with the air that you are taking into your lungs. Feel the breeze on your face, your arms and your legs. Really connect with the energy of the element of air. Feel the power the air has within. Close your eyes and visualize yourself standing on top of a hill or mountain. Feel the wind swirling around you. See the clouds in the sky above you. Ask if there are any air nature spirits that would like to come meet you. Wait, and if you are lucky enough, converse with them, remembering as always to be respectful. Once you are finished with your conversation, bid your farewell. Slowly come back to this world. If you didn't connect with a spirit this time, try again at a later date. Fire nature spirits. Fire nature spirits can be found in all sorts of places within our everyday lives. There are the obvious places, such as flames in your bonfire, fireplaces, and candle flames. On a larger scale, there are volcanoes and lava as well. But fire nature spirits can also be found in the smoke and rays of sunlight. And of course, we all have an inner spark or flame. Fire nature spirits not only take care of flames, lava, and such things as lightning, but they also help us with our passion, courage, sexuality, creativity, physical energy, heat within our bodies, and our spiritual passion. They inspire, support, and encourage change and transformation. They can teach us about life, death, and renewal. Fire spirits also show us our true inner self, warps and all. We might not always like what they show us, but we should always take note and learn from what we see. Fire nature spirits are considered to be the most difficult of the nature spirits to work with. Fire is creative but destructive too, and its characters reflect this. They are also highly intelligent and incredibly independent, and of course, fire does not stand still, ever, nor do fire spirits. If a fire spirit shapeshifts at all, mostly they don't tend to, but if they do, it will be in the form of a dragon, a phoenix, a snake, or a reptile. How to connect with a fire nature spirit. This exercise can be performed outside if you have space for a bonfire or have a fire pit or chimney that you can light. Otherwise, sit inside and light at least one candle, preferably more than one. Make sure you won't be disturbed and make yourself comfortable. Focus on your breathing. Then focus on your candle flames or the flames from the fire. Really connect with every aspect of the energy of the element of fire. Feel it, smell it, make that connection. Watch the flame as it dances and moves. Ask if there is a fire nature spirit that would meet with you. Hopefully, one will make itself known and you can converse, but always be polite and respectful. Once you've had your conversation, bid your farewell, slowly come back to this world. If you did not connect with a fire spirit this time, try again another time. Flower fairies. Flower fairies and elves are some of the most beautiful spirits. They can be all sorts of colours and often resemble the flowers they connect with. These flower spirits create the flowers from the ground up. They help them grow and they design the colours, the shapes and the fragrances. Each and every single flower will have its own flower spirit. The flower spirit will be responsible for the growth, health and maintenance of that particular plant. Flower spirits can help us with healing, inspiration and energy. Don't worry about picking a flower from your garden. The flower spirit will continue to look after it. But do remove dead or dying flowers from your home, as the flower spirits will look for energy from you to help with the natural breakdown of the flower, and that will leave you feeling tired and drawn. If you are picking wildflowers from fields, woodlands and hedgerows, do remember that some of them are protected and never take very many. Make sure to leave enough for others to enjoy. Remember, the flower fairy will travel home with the flower. In the case of plants in your garden that are perennial, the flower spirit will stay with that plant, even over the winter months, tending to it and helping it regain its strength for the spring. If you are out and about and smell the fragrance of a flower in the air, or suddenly catch a glimpse of a beautiful flower, this is the flower fairies trying to catch your attention. Each flower spirit will have some of the characteristics of the flower it tends. It will also have its own unique personality, so therefore each individual flower spirit will have its own particular energies to share with us. To connect with flower fairies is simple. Work with plants in your garden or with house plants. Learn how they grow. Keep fresh flowers in your home. For instance, flower spirits from a geranium can make you feel happy and will help guide you to strengthen your aura. Marigold flower spirits can help you with your psychic abilities, and the rose flower spirit can help you with matters of love, divination and truth. And it goes without saying that if you care for the plants and flowers in your home and garden, then the nature spirits will flourish. If you forget to water or don't look after them, you may find that the nature spirits start to cause mischief for you. How to connect with a flower nature spirit. For this, you will need a flowering plant or some fresh cut flowers. Relax and make yourself comfortable. Focus on your breathing. Select a flower to focus on. Look at the colour, the shape, feel the texture and take in the fragrance. Really connect with the essence of the flower. Ask if the flower nature spirit will come and meet you. Hopefully it will, and you may converse, but be polite and respectful. Once you've had your conversation, bid your farewell, slowly come back to this world. If you did not connect this time, try with another flower. Dryads. Celts, Romans and Egyptians, amongst other cultures, all believed in tree spirits. In fact, in India, the banyan tree is especially sacred and shrines are built under the trees to honour the spirit that dwells within. If you look up the dictionary definition of the word dryad, it says, in folklore and Greek mythology, a nymph inhabiting a tree or wood, which is just about spot on. Each tree will have its own inner spirit, as all plants do, but tree spirits are specifically named dryads. Greek mythology tells us of dryads, hamadryades, and oreads, female nature spirits that dwell within trees, woodlands, groves, and forests, with a particular fondness for oak trees. All the texts and images from mythology seem to depict dryads as female. A hamadryad is born with the tree and bound to it for the entire lifespan of the tree. When the tree dies, so does the hamadryad. Dryads can be found within their own tree or very close by, as they never venture far from it. They are incredibly shy and if startled will quickly disappear into the tree. There are different types of dryads. Meliae lives specifically in ash trees. Oreads are nymphs of mountain conifers. Hamadryads usually found in oak and poplar trees, usually those that are in sacred groves or beside a river. Meliadades or Epimeliades, apple and fruit-dwelling dryads. Daphne, laurel tree dryads. Nymphae aegiori, black poplars. Ampeloi, grapevines. Carriae, hazelnut trees. Crenellal, cherry trees. Petalae, elm trees. Aureliades is the general name given to nymphs of mountains, Alcides of sacred groves, Napalal of the valleys, and Olenides of the glens. In Greek mythology, you will find the same spirits but with different names, such as nymphs, Shidrai, and fairy druids. The world of fairy is vast, and there are many, many different types of fae associated with trees and woodlands. Leshy are known as woodland guardians. These are wood spirits that cause a bit of chaos and trouble within the woods for humans by scaring and confusing them. Tree spirits, also known as poldies, potans, and she, choose to live amongst trees and are sometimes confused with elves. Some like to live near a particular tree. Others may wander nomadically between species. Blackthorn sprites, or lunashi, are guardians of the blackthorn. They are complete antisocial hermits who prefer to come out only at night to bathe in the moonlight. Oakmen, also known as Inifri Dua, Bodachan na Kowobinua, are what it says on the tin. They live in ancient oak trees. Elder mothers, elder witches, birch tree witches, the spirit of the elder tree, obviously. Folklore beliefs were such that witches were thought to transform themselves into elder trees, and others believed that elder trees housed the souls of dead witches. Mythology and folklore have a huge number of stories and details about dryads and tree spirits. If you are interested, it is a fascinating subject to do some research on. For the purpose of finding your local dryad, you will need to seek out the trees in your neighbourhood and connect with them. Devas, plant spirits. Of course, each tree has its own spirit. Then it follows that every plant does too. And of course, each one is unique and has an individual character and personality. Plant spirits can be called upon to help with knowledge and guidance, but particularly with healing. A spiritual journey can be undertaken to meet with a plant spirit to obtain healing. Each plant will offer a different and unique type of healing. The word deva may have originated in Persia and migrated to Greece and then on to the rest of Europe. The word diva is Sanskrit and means shining one. This may refer to the aura that is said to shine from around the plant when they are working with. A diva is a plant guardian, but it also has other tasks such as healing plants, helping them grow, and protecting and nurturing a whole area of plant life. Basically, they are nature's architects. Desert nature spirits. Not forgetting those nature spirits that live in dry deserts. These fae are beautifully exotic, usually naked and mostly faintly transparent to the eye. The desert spirits look after all and any plants that grow in their environment. Even the smallest plant will get their nurturing attention. Ice and snow nature spirits. And on the flip side of the desert spirits, we have the ice and snow spirits too. They create the snow and ice and the icicles. They make the pretty icy patterns in the winter. Wherever there is nature, there is a spirit from the realm of fairy to tend to it. Tree, plant, spirit, meditation recording can be found here. Homework. 1. Do all 5 exercises to connect with nature spirits: water, earth, air, fire, and flower. Write up in detail your experiences, what you did, where you were, and what happened. 2. What crystals would you associate with each of the nature spirits and why? 3. Work with the plant tree spirit meditation and report your experience. 4. Create an altar to honour one of the nature spirits, plant spirits, or dryads. Describe what you use and why, including a photograph. Homework for each lesson should be emailed to your mentor, Ness or Heather, at the usual email address.